a gcuine úsla. A bhol fuarna a chadúla an choláiste agus na hoscoile rang fihe sa fihe, in éanach le na dismóthóirí a bart n-éirí agus a teilig. A bhic léon ratha, thar ceanna choláiste, ba bhil an fíorchuoin fáilte a chur roimh go léir, go dtí an searmatas aitheantas speisialta ar lína seo. Cé nach rámar in an cura chuairtíomh teach go dtí ar searmatas bhronta céime tradiisiúnta do bhór na pandéma, mar sin féin tá áthas an domhanóiring, gur féidir LINC ceiliúra a dhéanamh ar éachtaí na géimethe i rang fihe sa fiche ar an meallach seo. Dignitaries, academic staff of MIC and UL, the class of 2020, together with their partners, parents, families, current students. On behalf of Mary Immaculate College, I would like to extend a warm welcome to you all to this special online ceremony of recognition. Although we were unable to invite you to the college for our traditional conferring ceremonies due to the pandemic, we are delighted to celebrate the achievements of the graduates of the class of 2020 today. My name is Professor Niamh, and as Vice President of Academic Affairs, I will be your Master of Ceremonies today. Firstly, I would like to welcome and introduce you to the President of Mary Immaculate College, Professor Eugene Wall, who will address you now.
Díos Maríomh a chéimethe is a gcuine úsla. Hello and welcome to the class of 2020 and to your friends and families. Allow me to begin by extending my warmest congratulations to you once again for arriving at this monumental milestone in your lives. Today, we proudly celebrate graduates from 39 different programs, from undergraduate certificates and degrees up to and including doctoral level programs. Conferring ceremonies are occasions of wholehearted celebration for us all, and they're traditionally the most momentous events in our college year, and indeed a personal highlight for me. With between 1,000 and 1,400 people attending each of our 4 ceremonies, the campus on graduation days is typically a hive of bustling activity. It's an opportunity for the graduates to excitedly reconnect with friends that they haven't seen for months, and for families to bask in the celebratory atmosphere. The unmistakable significance of the occasion is palpable from the resplendent attire of graduates and guests and the immaculate attention to appearance. These are occasions to be savoured and cherished in memory as defining emotional moments during life's journey. The pageantry and formality of the conferring ceremony itself attests to the significance of what's happening for the graduates, their families, and indeed for the college itself. We watch with collective pride as the graduates ascend the steps of the conferring stage and are presented with their academic awards. Those precious and intense 10 to 15 seconds on stage, because that's all it takes, should have been your crowning reward for your commitment and endeavour. In any normal year, you would expect to deservedly celebrate your proud accomplishments in the company of those who have helped you along the way. Your families, friends, classmates, lecturers, and other staff members. And the celebration will be captured in precious photos to adorn the family mantelpiece or photo gallery for years to come. Last year, however, for the first time during my 40-year tenure in the college, this was not possible. As you well know, the official COVID-19 restrictions meant that we were prevented from hosting any social gatherings. Today, instead of the thronging and expectant crowds, I'm speaking to you from a near deserted college. I want you to know that the entire MIC community shares your profound disappointment that your conferring ceremony had to be cancelled. In its place, a special convocation meeting took place online between myself and Professor Kirsten May, President of the University of Limerick, to ensure that all 2,000 graduands were conferred in absentia with their academic awards. One of the tolls of COVID-19 has been to deny you and us the opportunity to celebrate your achievements in a proper and time-honoured way. However, you must not allow the pandemic to cheat you out of the justifiable pride in your marvellous achievements. When I began working at Mary Immaculate College in 1980, there were no phones in the offices. Indeed, there were no computers in the college, and it wasn't until 1987 that the first PCs would arrive, and they slowly but surely displaced typewriters. This change gradually transformed office practice and subsequently lecturing. In those days, it was considered progressive to use overhead projectors, acetate sheets and coloured markers. The changes to the college and wider third level in the 41 years since I joined have been radical, but they have been gradual. We've learned to adapt to changes as they arrive one by one. Markers replaced chalk, cursors replaced markers. We thought little enough of these changes as they slipped their way into our lecture halls and office spaces. However, in the almost 12 months since COVID-19 reached our shores and locked our country down, how we live and how we learn have changed even more dramatically in 1/40th of the time. Quite literally overnight, we went from gathering to learn and work together to joining virtual meetings from every corner of the country to embrace a new digital approach. And none of us had any idea, even a few weeks beforehand, of quite what challenge would lie ahead of us or how quickly it would engulf us. There isn't a member of the class of 2020 or their families, friends and lecturers who haven't been in some way touched by the harsh nature of this virus and its disruptive effects on our society. Some of us have lost loved ones at the hands of COVID-19. Some of us have fallen ill due to the virus, and some have lost employment as a result of the lockdowns. Many have suffered isolation, loneliness, anxiety, and all of us have shared in the pain. But we have made it through. And in the words of Seamus Heaney, we know that a further shore is reachable from here. Or as the poet Alfred Lord Tennyson wrote more than 100 years ago, hope smiles from the threshold of the year to come, whispering, it will be happier. You, the class of 2020, were asked to do something that was never asked of any preceding graduating classes. You were asked to sacrifice the end of your final year of study. You were, as we were, asked to stay away from Mary Immaculate College to keep everyone safe. You were asked to stay away from your friends and from your support network to help keep the infection levels low. And now you've had to sacrifice the chance to gather together with your friends, your family and faculty to celebrate this major milestone in your life. That you were robbed of this opportunity due to the public health restrictions is deeply upsetting. However, you responded to these unwanted impositions with admirable resolution. You met a litany of challenges and you surmounted them in order to be part of the class of 2020 that we are celebrating at this virtual ceremony today. You've shown a strength of character and determination to break through every barrier, and that will benefit you greatly as we look towards happier times to come and the return of normality. It's an outstanding point to note that exam results not just remained steady, but improved despite the turbulence that you faced for a number of months in your final semester. The multiple interwoven patterns of our lives have undergone radical change because of COVID-19. Similar to previous plagues, the aftermath of this coronavirus pandemic will also see a myriad of changes, from personal adjustments to global shifts. How we live, work and study has been completely transformed, possibly even revolutionised, no more so than how we socialise and entertain ourselves and how we relate to each other. It remains to be seen how enduring these changes will be, but rest assured, things will get better. As the poet Robert Frost has stated, in 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. While acknowledging that the pandemic has caused heartache and devastation for many, we also recognise that a crisis forces us to grow, to develop new skills, to be more creative and resourceful, to improvise and to develop much needed coping mechanisms. The pandemic has demonstrated that things can be done differently, that we are resilient, that we can and will adjust to new ways of life, in particular, new ways of communicating, learning and teaching. In a world of rapidly accelerating technological change, people are likely to change jobs multiple times in the course of their work life, and indeed, how that job is performed will also change dramatically over its lifespan. As a result, now more than ever, an adaptable and transferable skill set is vital for any successful career. The knowledge and skills that you have acquired both during your time as a student here with us, but also during this pandemic, will stand the test of time and will enable you to continue learning throughout your lifetime. My earnest wish for you is that the personal qualities and characteristics that you've developed will be key assets in enabling you to flourish both professionally and personally. In your quest for success and for personal fulfillment, I hope that you are also guided by a desire to touch and enrich the lives of others, both those closest to you and more widely. Your graduation represents a threshold event in your life and possibly your career. It's a watershed moment, and it inevitably invokes the most searching questions about what the future holds for you, both personally and professionally. What will I do with my life? Who will I become in the years ahead? Although your life is assuredly not a blank sheet, your future remains largely unscripted, perhaps a masterpiece unsigned. Despite the disquieting unknowability of our future lives, it is, nonetheless, an exciting time, laced with opportunity and hope. And for those of you who have grappled with self-doubt, and for those of you who've known insecurity, failure or pain in your lives, your accomplishment in graduating today bears eloquent testimony to your resilience. As J.M. Barrie, the Scottish author of Peter Pan, has wisely observed, we are all failures, at least the best of us are. The pathway to graduation is rarely a solitary one, and behind every graduate there are always other significant people. Dedicated mothers, fathers, grandparents, guardians, spouses or partners, children, relatives or friends, who've also been part of the journey that culminates in this ceremony. And this year, more than ever, we've had to come together to support each other during the pandemic. I'd like to thank the Mary Immaculate College staff members from the academic faculties and the professional services offices who have supported our students to help them arrive at this happy day. Their dedication, expertise, and adaptability have helped to transform you into the skilled, competent, aware individuals that you are today. And while all the focus of our work here is on students, it's our staff who are our greatest resource. We have much to thank them for. I also want to thank the University of Limerick, who ratified your degrees and deemed your standard of achievement suitable for admission to the ranks of its graduates. I especially want to thank the President of the University, Professor Kirsten May. On behalf of the College, I express our appreciation also to all university staff who have assisted our graduates in their passage through the College. Many of you will by now have heard of the young American poet and activist Amanda Gorman. I leave you today with some of her rallying and thought-provoking words as recited by her at President Biden's inauguration. The Hill We Climb by Amanda Gorman. When day comes, we ask ourselves, where can we find light in this never-ending shade? The loss we carry, a sea we must wade. We've braved the belly of the beast. We've learned that quiet isn't always peace, and the norms and notions of what just isn't always justice. And yet, the dawn is ours before we knew it. Somehow we do it. Somehow we've weathered and witnessed a nation that isn't broken, but simply unfinished. When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it, for there's always light. If only we're brave enough to see it. If only we're brave enough to be it. Class of 2020, you are brave enough to be it. And now, in conclusion, let me, on behalf of your alma mater, wish you all the best for your lives and careers, today and in the future. Comhghairdeas gat ra agus banartí vervor dros síl, gur míle maithagwibh go léir.
Thank you, Professor Wall. I now call upon the President of the University of Limerick, Professor Kirsten May, to speak.
I must begin by offering you the warmest of congratulations on completing this hugely important part of your learning journey. For some of you, your steps on the pathway of formal education will end here, and you will embrace the opportunities and challenges of your new professional life. For others, you will continue to study and research. Nonetheless, and whatever path you have chosen, your success is hard-earned, highly valued, and above all a credit to you and your support network. No one gets to graduate without a great deal of commitment and hard work, perseverance, and some degree of self-sacrifice. None of you came to education without that basic desire to help others to fulfill their potential. By fulfilling your own potential here at Mary Immaculate College, you are now equal to that task. Furthermore, and as graduates of 2020, you have put yourselves at the heart of this most valuable human endeavor, to empower others to empower themselves. Thank you, tutors, who work with such passion and dedication to educate the educators of tomorrow. Thank you, parents, guardian, and your family, who stand behind you offering the support that cannot be measured. Thank you, friends, who stand by your side and for just being there. And thank yourself for having the resolve to see the degree program of learning and discovery through to the end. As we close the chapter of conferrings at the start of 2020, little did we think that we would face a year like we did, or that we would continue to do so for the rest of this academic year. However, there's light at the end of the tunnel through the responses and developments in tackling these public health crises, and collectively we will prevail. Your academic achievements are worthy of the highest praise. Indeed, to achieve an award and meet the exacting standards of this institution is a success in itself, but to do so with the backdrop of a global pandemic warrants the deepest admiration and richest congratulations. Graduates, you have prevailed during a very unique moment in history, and your graduation marks a significant milestone on your personal journey of growth, on your quest to fulfill your goals and nurture your aspirations. Your graduation is also of importance to society as you put to the test what you have learned to date and to develop your professional or academic experience and expertise in novel and challenging contexts, as part of a team, as emerging leaders, and as engaged citizens. Either way, you've entered the next phase of your journey with a hugely valuable degree, an institutional award that sets you apart and gives you the perfect stepping stone to advance in life. Prior to the outbreak of COVID-19 and the unwelcome influence it brought to our lives, Limerick was on an upward trend. Known as the city of education, with the positive contributions from its student community, it was bristling with rejuvenation and many ambitions that were ready to unfold, plans that will enhance the shape and fabric of Limerick. That ambition and those plans are not lost, just paused, and we will return to that time again. Parents and tutors will look to further contribute to that revitalization of Limerick, and we will continue to make this area and these regions stand out for the quality of our graduates as we continue to bolster our position and reputation on national and international stages. Our ongoing societal rejuvenation will be supported by the skills, creativity, and commitment that you will bring into our classrooms, where students of all ages and abilities are assured a professional and progressive learning experience. We will continue to look for support from all levels of society, from government, from our partners, and from our communities. We will continue to strive and thrive so that we do compete internationally and continue to develop that change for the better. However, with change comes uncertainty, and we have lived through a sustained period of uncertainty, but that can be alleviated through the steady hand of leadership, and in times like these, there's a particular onus on those of us involved in education to re-examine what we can do to respond to the challenges that face us and the wider society. Never before have we seen the importance of community spirit, values, and ironically, togetherness. We have stood stronger together by staying apart. And despite that anomaly, homes and classrooms, be they virtual or in person, are reinforced as the seedbed of community values. Normally, these special days would be celebrated with family and friends and supporters. But we have been forced to make sacrifices to protect ourselves, each other, and the communities we serve. Our higher education institutes protect the value of academic achievements proudly and fiercely by ensuring that our governance of our educational journey reaches the highest international standards. The importance of our sector has been highlighted as a result of this pandemic. Science and the relevance of educational engagement and global research activities is how we overcome these adversities. Making a difference and enhancing change are key goals and guiding attributes for us as educators. And it is through these transferable skills that you will make a difference and generate transformative impact. More than ever, we need that sense of community to be sustained and enhanced to help us address social imbalances and economic and environmental challenges before us. You can build on your educational achievement to date and use this as a platform for continuing our lifelong learning and moreover for shaping the world of tomorrow. University of Limerick has always placed education access at the heart of our mission. It is our role to nurture a passion for learning in all and to foster talent no matter of background. We cannot squander valuable human capital because we didn't remove basic obstacles to learning. We will continue to make education accessible for all. We will continue in our pursuits of equality, diversity, and inclusion. Cherish the knowledge and truths you have gained. Keep adding to it and remember that you are now alumni of this institution. You are inextricably linked and we urge you to stay in touch as you go out into the world for the next exciting chapter of your lives. To finish, I will offer you this. You may be of a generation living in the age of instant gratification, instant messaging, and Instagram. But remember that there is no real way to short-circuit the path to success. As we look forward to the rest of the year and on to 2022 with growing optimism, remember this. Determination, focus, and hard work will always bring success, and you are now equipped with the skill set and the tools to achieve success and overcome challenges. And while we face these challenges, we need to be cognizant of our own self-worth, our growth, and our potential to achieve. Savor the short-term success, but be mindful of your long-term fulfillment, and all the while think carefully about your priorities. I will close by wishing you all the very best for your new adventures in the knowledge that when life does become uncertain, you will always find comfort and sustenance from the achievement of your graduation. Stand tall, be proud, savor and relish the achievement. And as Oscar Wilde said, you can never be overdressed or overeducated. Thank you and many congratulations.
Thank you, Professor May. We will now commence with the LINC programmes. I now call upon Professor Emer Ring, Dean of Education, to call the names of our graduates on the following programme.
Tastas I gceannareacht the cuimsiús na luath blianta, Certificate in Leadership for Inclusion in the Early Years. Gillian Allen, Sarah Marie Ammond, Sylvia Amler, Mary Anderson, Sheena Armstrong, Laura Arnold, Barbara Babinska, Laura Baker, Isabel Baldwin Aranda, Mary Barron, Orla Barry, Kira Beattie, Diana Beamish, Kelly Beck, Stacey Ben, Emma Burduke, Lisa Berrigan, Rebecca Blitger, Anila Boggart, Sandra Burke, Eva Bowden, Lorraine Bowden, Fiona Bowe, Vanessa Boyle, Sinead Bracken, Lydia Brackett, Hazel Bradley, Amanda Brady, Catherine Brady, Mary Brady, Siobhan Brady, Barbara Brennan, Fiona Brennan, Michaela Brennan, Orla Brennan, Sarah Brennan, Elaine Brett, Chiara Brigato, Rania Broders, Katie Broderick, Alexandra Brodinska, Mary Broggy Keane, Siobhan Brophy, Lavinia Brown, Linda Brown, Eileen Buckley, Sandra Buckley, Mary Burke, Sabrina Burke, Sinead Burke, Michelle Butler Nolan, Anya Byrne, Amanda Byrne, Anne Byrne, Deirdre Byrne, Donna Byrne, Eileen Byrne, Emma Byrne, Leanne Byrne, Louise Byrne, Olive Byrne, Rachel Byrne, Samantha Byrne, Sandra Byrne, Sarah Byrne, Sophie Byrne, Tanya Byrne, Tara Byrne, Veronica Byrne, Ciara Callahan, Mary Callahan Mallon, Fiona Campbell, Michelle Cannon, Kelly Capper, Siobhan Carey, Susan Carey, Catherine Michelle Carmody Swain, Tracy Carney, Mairead Carpenter, Lauren Carrick, Hazel Carroll, Linda Carroll, Nicola Carroll, Sinead Carroll, Katrina Carson, Lisa Carstairs, Lucia Carty, Lorraine Casey, Tanya Casey, Alicia Cassidy, Patricia Castles, Laura Caulfield, Fiona Cawley, Paula Charles, Jade Chalk, Tatiana Kirkukina, Nicola Clayle, Anya Clancy, Saundra Clancy, Teresa Clancy, Anya Clark, Jackie Clark, Michelle Clark, Roisin Clark, Sandra Clark, Yvonne Clark, Elaine Cleary, Ava Clerkin, Jacqueline Clinton, Pamela Coakley, Hannah Cohen, Amy Coleman, Tracy Colgan, Mary Ellen Collins, Pauline Colreevy, Claire Comerford, Erika Connaty, Paula Conlon, Laura Connell, Elizabeth Connolly, Kirsty Connolly, Marion Connolly, Michelle Catherine Connolly, Noel Connor, Bronwyn Contet, Anya Conway, Laura Conway, Marguerite Conway, Sinead Cooney, Ava Cordoba, Lindsay Cormack, Daniel Costello, Sinead Costello, Thomasina Costello, Eileen Cotter, Suzanne Coughlin, Tanya Coulter, Eileen Courtney, Siobhan Cowap, Clodagh Coyne, Shannon Cray, Lucy Cronin, Monica Cronin, Kim Cronogue, Catherine Crossan, Emma Crow, Niamh Crow, Mary Cuddy, Monica Culhan, Fiona Cullen, Francesca Cullen, Joan Cummins, Emma Cunningham, Anne Curley, Carl Curley, Mary Curley, Nicola Pamela Curley, Aoife Kern, Alison Curtin, Joanne Cusson, Patricia Cutler, Niamh Dalton, Sally Ann Dalton, Angelina Daly, Clara Daly, Jane Daly, Niamh Daly, Desilava Damianova, Sinead Darby, Fiona Darcy, Niamh Darcy, Evan Darcy, Kathy Davey, Evelyn Davis, Margaret Davis, Nicola Davis, Maria Clara de Oliveira Clancy, Laura Jane Deans, Elaine Deegan, Louise Dine, Aninomanara Felicia de Gioco, Maria del Carmen Vivanco, Antoinette Delaney, Karen Denning, Geraldine Devaney, Gillian Devery, Bernie Diamond, Georgina Dignam, Claire Dillon, Tetiana Dobrovolska, Lysandra Dobson, Laura Doherty, Kerry Dolan, Petrina Donnelly, Ciara Donoghue, Gillian Doonan, Chloe Doran, Una Doran, John Dorney, Karen Dorian, Gemma Dorta Cabello, Stacey Douglas, Anya Doyle, Lynn Doyle, Orla Doyle, Elaine Doyle Darcy, Mags Doyle O'Brien, Attracta Duffy, Louise Duffy Dunn, Ashley Duffy McCallion, Amanda Dunn, Jane Dunn, Marisa Dunn, Nolene Dunn, Sarah Dunn, Sharon Dunn, Lisa Dunn Scurry, Christiana Dunson, Deirdre Earl, Lisa Edwards, Sharon Edwards, Sarah Egan, Meada El Sanosio, Olive English, Helen Enright, Mary Enright, Carmel Everard, Lisa Fagan, Marie Fagan, Maureen Bridie Faherty, Marie Fallahy, Sinead Faulkner, Vanessa Faustino, Louise Feeney, Louise Margaret Feeney, Breda Finton, Anna Feacon, Tanya Fields, Helena Finnegan, Chloe Fitzgerald, Lorraine Fitzgerald, Tara Fitzgerald, Laura Fitzpatrick, Tara Fitzpatrick, Christine Fitzsimons, Anna Marie Flaherty, Aisling Flaherty, Charlene Flaherty, Leanne Flaherty, Emma Flanagan, Yvonne Fleming, Niamh Flynn, Niamh Foley, Richella Foley, Anne Ford, Lisa Ford, Maria Ford, Maria Forsyth, Abigail Fox Carl, Lorna Franzoni, Caroline French, Michaela Friel, Susanna Forinda, Liz Furlong, Ciara Gallivan, Shannon Lee Gallivan, Ursula Gallivan, Hira Gannon, Sinead Gannon, Susanna Garcia, Angela Gary, Louise Gately, Denise Gavin, Joan Gavin, Joanna Gavinskaya Frida, Katarzyna Gauronska, Michelle Garney, Claire Geary, Andrea Guion, Rona Geraghty, Sharon Geraghty, Agnes Gibbons, Robin Gibney, Geraldine Gill, Jane Gilpin, Anita Glancy, Emma Jane Gleeson, Nicola Gleeson, Norma Glennon, Susan Glennon, Sandra Gloucester, Katie Glynn, Lisa Glynn, Yvonne Aida Gonzalez del Pliego, Helena Grady, Donna Gray, Maura Green, Stacey Gregory, Rebecca Gray, Carmel Griffin, Viviana Grigore, Leona Guan, Alba Gutierrez, Samantha Hallows, Sive Hanaho, Leanne Hanley, Edel Hannon, Amanda Harford, Sinead Harford, Angelina Harkin, Breed Harkin, Laura Harris, Grania Mary Hart, Anne Hartford, Amanda Hatton, Linda Howe, Tina Haid, Kim Hayden, Eleanor Hayes, Rachel Hayes, Valerie Haynes, Anne-Marie Healy, Jenny Heaslip, Anna Heavey, Caroline Hennessy, Irene Heriedia, Catherine Hickey, April Higgins, Claire Higgins, Vanessa Higgins, Caroline Hillick, Nicola Hoare, Sandra Hoey, Claire Hogan, Laura Holton, Sabrina Hopkins, Aisling Horan, Breda Houlihan, Sharon Houlihan, Amy Houston, Leah Howard, Marie Hughes, Rachel Hughes, Kyla Hunt, Samantha Hunt, Una Hunt Gorman, Esther Hurley, Colette Herney, Kate Hussey, Bernadette Hutchinson, Ciara Hyland, Olivia Hines, Emer Inglesby, Jane Jackson, Louise Jackson, Zoe Jackson, Amanda Jacob, Natalia Jederileksik, Lorraine Jennings, Emer Johnson, Lisa Johnson, Rachel Jones, Amanda Jordan, Barbara Jordan, Lorraine Jordan Shalev, Corinne Joyce, Sheila Joyce, Carol Kane, Vanessa Kane, Asta Carieliena, Emma Kavanagh, Michelle Kavanagh, Stacey Kavanagh, Suzanne Kavanagh, Jackie Keane, Anne Kiapok, Caroline Carney, Sarah Kearns, Joanne Keating, Agnieszka Kadirieska, Anne-Marie Keegan, Debbie Keegan, Leslie Keenahan, Ursula Keenan, Catherine Kelleher, Frances Mary Kelleher, Amanda Kelly, Caroline Kelly, David Kelly, Janine Kelly, Mary Kelly, Michelle Kelly, Sharon Kelly, Caroline Kelly Finn, Miriam Kelly Minogue, Jenna Keneally, Emer Kennedy, Deborah Kenny, Frances Kenny, Gail Kenny, Niamh Kenosi, Kate Q, Natasha Q, Laura Kerr, Emma Kiley, Jennifer Kiley, Roseanne Kiley, Sonia Kiley, Audrey Kieran, Ciara Kiernan, Geraldine Kilduff, Deirdre Kilkelly, Louise Killeran, Christine Kingston, Karen Kinsella, Margot Kinsella, Natasha Kirwin, Christina Kurmausk, Najet Labreche, Sarah Lazar, Bernadette Lanigan, Mandy Larrigan, Beth Larson, Kaylee Lawless, Catherine Lawler, Mary Lawler, Karen Lisi, Carl Levy, Elva Levy, Breda Livingston, Shona Elizabeth Lewis, Laura Layden, Wunmi Legali, Sandra Lobanovska, Shona Lohan, Lisa Lonergan, Ciara Long, Angela Luram, Raquel Lopez Serrano, Joyce Lowry, Maureen Lucid, Helen Lynham, Aisling Lynch, Deirdre Lynch, Karen Lynch, Hannah MacDonald, Anne-Marie Mackey, Patricia McLaughlin, Louise Madden, Breda Maddock, Vivian Madigan, Mary McGee, Emma Maguire, Rebecca Maguire, Ashley Marr, Pamela Marr, Michelle Mahan, Eileen Mahoney, Karen Manison, Claire Manley, Carmel Mannion, Liz Manville, Christine Manzano, Claire Martin, Hayley Martin, Niamh Martin, Alessandra Masala, Edel Matthews, Greta McAllister, Lorraine McCardle, Nasa McBride, Deirdre McCabe, Geraldine McCabe, Louise McCabe, Sinead McCabe Fox, Anne-Marie McCaffrey, Emma McCann, Aisling McCarthy, Aoife Ann McCarthy, Ciara McCarthy, Geraldine McCarthy, Jennifer McCarthy, Karen McCarthy, Margaret Newland McCarthy, Sharon McCarthy, Sheila McCarthy, Sinead McCarthy, Tracy McCarthy, Heather McCole, Lauren McConnell, Debbie McCormack, Aideen Angela McCormack, Geraldine McCormack, Karen McCormack, Nadine McCormack, Fiona McCrabb, Joanne McDermott Rowe, Amy McDonough, Grania McDonough, Grania Mary McDonough, Monica McDonough, Helen MacDonald, Sarah MacDonald, Stephanie MacDonald, Alicia McElhone, Niamh McIndoe, Susan McGann, Emma McGettigan, Teresa McGonigal, Sarah McGovern, Emma McGowan, Amanda McGrath, Catherine McGrath, Imelda McGrath, Louise McGrath, Colette McGuinness, Donna McGuinness, Lisa McGuinness, Janice McHugh, Jennifer McIntyre, Donna McHugh, Alison McKeown, Natasha McKeown, Karen McKiernan, Denise McMahon, Lisa McMahon, Angela McNally, Emma McNally, Aisling McNamara, Claire McNamara, Kathleen McNamara, Maureen McNamara, Ruth McNamara, Christina McNamee, April McNulty, Emma McPartland, Chloe McQuillan, Emma McQuillan, Marcella McQuillan, Nicola Mead, Una Marr, Diana Mehirea, Shannon Milady, Alice Merlix, Siobhan Merrigan, Hilary Mezapele, Jennifer Miley, Anna Mills, Caroline Mitchell, Susan Mitchell, Adrian Margaret Maloney, Bernadette Maloney, Colette Maloney, Davina Maloney, Trisha Maloney, Trina Maloney, Aideen Mooney, Ellen Moore, Linda Moore, Margaret Moore, Megan Moore, Trudy Moore, Mary Moran, Claire Louise Moroney, Rita Moroney, Graham Morrissey, Martina Morrissey, Anna Moroz Daniela Weska, Rachel Mulcahy, Martina Mulcrone, Ciara Mulhern, Mary Mulholland, Jane Mullane, Laura Mullane, Rachel Mullen, Sinead Mullen, Yvonne Mulligan, Laura Mulready, Bernie Mulvihill, Tara Munro, Elaine Murphy, Jane Murphy, Leanne Murphy, Martina Murphy, Melissa Murphy, Natasha Murphy, Geraldine Murray, Linda Murray, Niamh Murray, Ashley Myers, Betty Nally, Kathleen Nocton, Pauline n-éirí, Anne Nestor, Svetlana Nevdahada, Maura Ní Quillan, Maureen Ní Conila, Niamh Ní Laharta, Georgina Noble, Eileen Nolan, Elizabeth Nolan, Sarah Nolan, Andra Noonan, Dara Noonan, Yvonne Noon, Alice Norris, Helen Norris, Teresa Northridge, Patricia Nozoom, Margaret O'Brien, Megan O'Brien, Sabrina O'Brien, Edel O'Callaghan, Helen O'Carroll, Laura O'Carroll, Nicola O'Carroll, Caroline O'Connell, Dorothy O'Connell, Laura O'Connell, Lisa O'Connell, Michelle O'Connell, Susan O'Connell, Magdalena O'Connor, Magella O'Connor, Ruth O'Connor, Samantha O'Connor, Siobhan Margaret O'Connor, Magdalena O'Donnell, Rosaline O'Donnell, Mary O'Donovan, Lynn O'Dwyer, Melissa O'Gorman, Selena O'Grady, Linda O'Halloran, Jacinta O'Hara, Emer O'Keefe, Fiona O'Keefe, Sharon O'Keefe, Siobhan O'Keefe, Eva Maria O'Leary, Glenda O'Leary, Mairead O'Leary, Lisa O'Mahony, Aideen O'Neill, Aoife O'Neill, Avril O'Neill, Caroline O'Neill, Claire O'Neill, Helena O'Neill, Jane O'Neill, Joanne O'Neill, Kelly O'Neill, Kelly Rose O'Neill, Merrill O'Neill, Gillian O'Regan, Marie O'Regan, Maria O'Regan Butler, Amanda O'Reilly, Aoife O'Reilly, Davina O'Reilly, Elizabeth O'Reilly, Jessica O'Reilly, Rachel O'Reilly, Thelma O'Reilly, Sharon O'Riordan, Katie O'Rourke, Noel O'Rourke, Sinead O'Rourke, Samantha O'Shaughnessy, Zelda O'Shea, Alison O'Sullivan, Camilla O'Sullivan, Christina O'Sullivan, Ciara O'Sullivan, Edel O'Sullivan, Lisa O'Sullivan, Niamh O'Sullivan, Rose O'Sullivan, Sinead O'Sullivan, Marie O'Sullivan Doyle, Gretty O'Toole, Justine O'Toole, Olivia O'Toole, Teresa Ormsby, Shireen Owens, Kelly Paisley, Margaret Palmer Bergen, Mary Ann Palo, Georgina Panescu, Veronica Pardo, Michelle Pierce, Nicola Percival, Lorena Perez Branco, Justiana Peruca, Carl Phelan, Sarah Phelan, Stephanie Piggott, Jennifer Pinson, Sinead Plunkett, Melissa Porter, Shireen Powell Okafor, Claire Power, Katarzyna Poznan, Mary Pratt Hogan, Amanda Prezzatino, Caroline Purfus, Trina Quigley, Amy Quinn, Joan Quinn, Louise Quinn, Sheila Quinn, Susan Mary Quirk Crowley, Eileen Raggett, Ruth Raggett, Tracy Raleigh, Millie Ramayo, Sean Rammel, Alana Rawlins, Jeanette Raymond, Carly Rainey, Bridget Reddy, Ciara Reddy, Siobhan Riley, Nalina Ravankar, Lisa Reynolds, Avril Richardson, Lisa Robinson, Anya Roach, Lorraine Roach, Michelle Roach, Julie Rock, Katie Rogers, Rebecca Rogerson, Amelia Romera, Anya Rooney, Ruth Rosney, Ciara Rossiter, Mary Russell, Susan Russell, Demi Ryan, Josephine Ryan, Kathy Ryan, Laura Ryan, Leanne Ryan, Mary Ryan, Karen Ryan Gorey, Berna Safian, Katrina Sake, Anna Sally, Victoria Samuel, Muniza Sanawar, Christina Sanchez Aller, Laura Scanlon, Jessica Scanlon, Shona Scanlon, Alicia Scannell, Gillian Scannell, Jeanette Scully, Jennifer Scully, Sumbul Shakil, Grania Shanley, Margaret Sheedy, Linda Sheehan, Michelle Sheehan, Teresa Sheehy Bryan, Teresa Sheeky, Jessica Sheridan, Marion Sheridan, Ruth Sheridan, Suzanne Sheridan, Lynn Slattery, Aileen Slaith, Bernadette Smith, Deirdre Smith, Elizabeth Smith, Lisa Smith, Pamela Smith, Andrea Smith, Linda Smith, Melanie Smith, Siobhan Sneyd, Anna Saltis, Emma Southern, Andrea Spillan, Ludmila Strozinska, Claire Stack, Magella Stack, Lucia Stamper, Leslie Strahan, Marta Stulka, Darla Supple, Jessica Sweeney, Michelle Sweeney, Rachel Swift, Michael Swinhoe, Bridget Tahany, Joanne Tahany Walsh, Joanne Talbot, Martina Tarrant, Andrea Taylor, Laura Taylor, Belinda Tehan, Joan Thornton, Irene Ty, Sandra Timmons, Margaret Tobin, Aileen Tracy, Jenny Tracy, Bridget Tracy, Sandra Trahey, Donna Trill, Wingman Sang, Colette Toomey, Lisa Twamley, Pauline Aboska, Marianne Iguvgila, Livia Uran, Helen Vaughan, Isabel Veal, Lorraine Waits, Rachel Wallace, Anne-Marie Walsh, Avril Walsh, Irene Walsh, Michelle Walsh, Nora Walsh, Shona Walsh, Anne Ward, John Ward, Catherine Waters, Claire Waters, Melanie Watson, Alice Westwood, Amanda Whelan, Audrey Whelan, Helen Whelan, Trasa Whelan, Grania White, Greta White, Ruth White, Suzanne Widger, Antje Wilkins Hill, Terry Wilkinson, Amanda Winston Dunn, Tanya Woodruff, Adele Woods, Joanne Wolven, Sarah Wrigglesworth, Amy Young, Maureen Young. Tastas I gceannareacht de cuimsiús na libh blianta, Better Start. Certificate in Leadership for Inclusion in the Early Years, Better Start. Elaine Ball, Joanne Barry, Claire Butterly, Niamh Cooney, Kathleen Dalton, Carol D, Edel Fenlon, Muireann Fitzpatrick, Shirley Ellen Heaney, Louise Heffernan, Sarah Kelleher, Natasha Lynch, Karen Mackey, Sandra McLaughlin, Fiona Mary Sophie Morris, Trish Moynihan, Grania Mulligan, Yvonne Ann Nevin, Natasha O'Donnell, Ciara O'Sullivan, Alana Pawley, Yvonne Piggott, Rachel Ryan, Deirdre Small, Marie Toomey.
Thank you, Professor Ring. We will now proceed with the awards associated with the Certificate in Leadership for Inclusion in the Early Years programme. Baunan Colóiste, College Medal. The College Medal is presented to the student who achieved first place on the Certificate in Leadership for Inclusion in the Early Years. The recipient is Paula Conlon, Early Childhood Ireland Best LINC Portfolio Award. The Best LINC Portfolio Award is presented to the graduate for the portfolio that best demonstrates the impact of the LINC programme on leading inclusive culture, practice and pedagogy in an early years setting. The recipient is Jacinta O'Hara. The Best Regional LINC Portfolio Awards are presented to our graduates in each of the 9 regions where the LINC programme was delivered. Carlow, Margaret Davis. Cavan, Catherine Crossan. Cork, Jacinta O'Hara. Dublin City, Ciara Bragato. Dublin North, Fiona Bowe. Dublin West, Niamh Martin. Roscommon, Imelda McGrath. Tipperary, Monica Culhan. Wicklow, Sive Hanaho. We have now reached the end of our ceremony. To conclude, I would like to thank the presidents of the University of Limerick and Mary Mackla College, Professor Kirsten May and Professor Eugene Wall for their input today and throughout your studies. Sincere appreciation to our lecturers who guided you through the years of your academic study. Thank you to our professional services staff who work continuously for the benefit of our student community. A big thank you to MISU, our Students' Union, for their continued support and engagement. Thanks to you, our graduates, for placing your trust in Mary Mackla College, and a big thank you to your parents, partners and families for their endless support throughout the years. I would like to extend my sincere congratulations to each of you and my very best wishes to you as you embark in your professional careers or in further study. I hope you will always carry fond memories of your time in Mary Mackla College. We've been privileged to have you here, and we too have benefited by your positive engagement, dedication and the contribution you have made throughout your student journey. We hope you will continue your association with us through our alumni community. Comhghairdeas libh go léir, agus n-éirí libh sa todhchaí.